Or else.
Yeah, because it was a scheduled.
Hi, we're live.
Good morning, Fit Pros. Hello. Should I cue up?
Where's your music?
I know.
Yeah, we
Let's
need
do
to
it.
dance.
Let's do it. Hold on.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's like dun 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 da 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 da. Ba-na-na-na. There we go. You
There we
ready?
go. I'm ready.
This is what I always do to my daughter when we're out in public. I go, and she's like, "No, Mom, no." And then I give her a little of this.
Yeah. We're not allowed to do that with our kids.
That's the 80s move.
That is the 80s. And what about this one? This is 70s.
There we go. Good morning, Fit Pros. Hello, welcome. We are doing a special bonus session this morning with Denise Imbesi from Muscle Mixes Music. Denise is, well, first of all, let me say welcome. I'm Kelly Coulter, host of the Fit Pros Show and the Sell Out Your Online Workout Bootcamp. And I come on live with you guys and I give you all kinds of information and resources so that you can get to know what's going on in the industry, have the right information to advance your career, and get to know each other. And Denise is here with us today. Oh, you are so sweet.
You're awesome, and I love your boot camps, and what you're doing for the industry is just amazing. I say that all the time, but I mean it. You're doing a great job, and so needed.
So. Let me tell you, this session, I've got the November boot camp going on right now, and these people are on fire. They are doing all the things. They're getting outside of their comfort zone and making progress in the ways that not everybody's going to do, you know, so that's been really awesome.
And they're charging. I mean, that's the key, right?
Yes. Yes.
No more F word.
Free. No more F word. Free is the new F word.
Time to charge. Make some money.
So y'all, if you don't know, Denise has become the de facto expert on music licensing during COVID. But she is the person to go to when you have music licensing questions. And she is going to share a chart with us, walk us through a little bit of a presentation, and help us to understand the music licensing restrictions that we have right now. And then we'll ask her some questions.
Yeah, and it's come a long way. You know, I've since March when, you know, COVID closed down all the gyms. I think there's some areas, there's one area that's still a little fuzzy, but the rest of it is pretty clear now. So would you like me to share my screen?
Please, that would be amazing.
Let's do it. Okay, share screen. Let's see if this works. Do you see my screen?
I do, and you had that up here. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to jump right to is how you deliver your class determines the type of license required. I'm going to talk mostly about the licensing, and then at the end, if you have questions about what Muscle Mixes offers, it's slightly, it doesn't go in line necessarily with the licensing, but we offer certain packages. But the key is how you deliver your classes determines the type of license, not whether you're charging or not whether it's on, really how it's being delivered that determines that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we have, the two big categories are in-person or virtual. And I'm just putting this out there so we have clarity on the language and, you know, because everybody gets mixed up. I'm going to put under the category of virtual live streaming, and I have it in quotes because it does not include social live streaming like what we're doing right now. Live streaming, on demand, and social media.
So live streaming, you're considering Zoom and more meeting platforms where there's a two-way interaction.
Yeah, two-way interaction. ACE has a really great article about that. They call it something. Have you seen that, Kelly?
Oh, yes. Terry from the Accelerator just shared that in the group, and I saw that Shannon Fable shared it in the ACE group as well.
It's called something when you're both interacting with each other. I'm seeing you, you're seeing me. That's live streaming.
I've been calling it meeting platforms because I come from the corporate world, and that's what we used it for back in the day.
I like that. Meeting platforms such as Zoom, etc., StreamYard. All right, so this chart to me says a lot. If you look at in person, when you were in person, the responsibility to pay the license was not yours. It was the physical location's responsibility, unless, of course, you own the unless you own the gym. So if we look down that one side, and the license you were to obtain is called a public performance license, and you pay an annual fee. Easy peasy. Now
But
that
not you, you mean the physical location.
The physical location, you're absolutely right, sorry. So the physical location, the facility is responsible to pay a public performance license for in-person classes. And the type of license is called public performance, and the way it's paid is an annual fee. All right.
Okay.
The reason why we're getting all crazy right now is because now it's becoming the responsibility of the instructor, because we're going virtual and it's your own business.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go to the second column for on demand, which is if you record a bunch of content, put it up on a platform, and the end user can access it whenever they want. That responsibility to license and pay is that of the individual instructor. It's called the synchronization license that you need, and it's very expensive. I would not recommend going that route unless you go to royalty free. Is the easiest solution for on-demand type classes. Kelly? You tell me if there's any questions along the way.
Yeah, this all sounds really, really clear. So what you're saying, just so I can recap the on-demand piece,
please.
That if you were to try to use anything outside of royalty free, anything that falls under the ASCAP and BMI licenses, then it's your responsibility to pay it if you are putting those classes in a recorded format onto a platform where you are offering them for pay or for free. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it's a different license. Public performance is a license for playing music in a public place. Synchronization license is when you're syncing up your moves to music. It does not get paid to ASCAP and BMI. It gets paid directly to the record label or to the publisher. That's why it gets, for what I'm calling commercial or popular music, that's why it gets so complicated and so expensive and time consuming and very cost prohibitive.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Can I back you up 1 second? Because I do have a question about in person, and I think now would be a good time to cover it rather than before we record. For in-person classes, what if the physical location is a public location like a park?
Technically, you are required to pay a public performance license. Perhaps the park is. I've been hearing that a lot because there's a lot of outdoor classes going on. Mm-hmm. Technically, you are required to acquire and pay a public performance license for that. And you can call ASCAP and ask questions. It doesn't cost money to ask questions, or BMI, and they'll give you the more specific answer who's responsible and how that works. So
perfect. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, but that's a good question. All right. So under the virtual umbrella, we have live streaming, which is what we're talking about on a meeting platform. I love that. I'm going to use that. The responsibility is that of the individual instructor. Now, I'm going to say this is unclear, but I can tell you today, right now, on November 11th, 2020, I have been told by attorneys and by other people that it is okay to simply obtain a public performance license. It's called some places call it a digital license, places call it a media license, and that's it, nothing else. So that means you can play any music as long as you obtain that license. However, there are some schools of thought where they believe that you're required to purchase both a synchronization license and a public performance license. This is the one area that's still a little unclear, but I feel comfortable saying you're okay with just a public performance media license for Zooming or StreamYarding or any type of meeting platform.
If it's not being recorded.
If it's not correct, that's the key right there. Do not press the record button.
Okay.
And that's usually an annual negotiated fee. Of course, if you go to royalty free, that's a different story, which
Yeah,
we'll
and
talk about it.
we need to keep coming back to that though, because I think
Yes.
it's really important. What we're talking about right now is popular music,
Yeah.
whether it is performed by the original artist or performed
Or
as
not.
cover music.
Correct.
Okay. This so
So
this the safest way, I know we always come back to this, but the safest thing to do is to use royalty free.
that's always the safest. Correct. Now, social media, and the reason why that's in a different column, because they are different. They are responsible to license and pay. Okay. So because they're responsible, they don't want to take the risk by allowing you to put up popular music. Commercial music can simply not be used on, or your content will be either taken down,
Mhm.
flagged, fined, or there's a lot of other things that happen. You can put in Facebook jail, and
Well, there's no real mechanism in place for Facebook to understand whether or not you have purchased a license to popular music or cover
right.
music. So if
That's
you
right.
use it, they are just going to mute you or take you down.
Correct. Now there is a mechanism. I love that word. There is a mechanism on YouTube.
Oh,
However, unfortunately, there's no way to know until you're done recording it whether it's cleared through the YouTube content. They have a content ID. They have
okay.
something called content ID. It's amazing. It's artificial intelligence that actually sees the song, recognizes the song, decides who the rights holders are, and pays them.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's called content ID. So, however, you don't know. There's no way of knowing.
Mhm.
There used to be a way. I have not been able to find that way anymore. So
Okay.
it's risky. It's always risky with social media. You can still be taken down, muted, or in the case of YouTube, you can, if you want to monetize that video, you absolutely will not be able to monetize if you use any commercial music. Absolutely not.
So
So
again, safest thing to do when
safest
you're on
thing,
social is to use royalty free.
royalty free, correct. So that's
And then
basically it. I mean, yeah.
Jennifer was asking, can it live in the private group? So she's thinking along the terms of social. And in social, it is different because you're not really pressing record. It kind of lives in the feed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's private, a Facebook room, Facebook group. It doesn't matter. Anytime you use Facebook, they'll see it and they'll take it down. I've even seen that they take you down midstream. Like if you are
Mhm.
doing a class live, there's a whole article about it that Facebook and Instagram. Well, Facebook owns Instagram, so it's kind of it's all the same. They
Mhm.
have a thing now where they will take you down midstream if they
Wow.
see that the music's not cleared. So really, you just can't. You just simply can't. So,
So for
do you
this
want me
graphic,
to?
Denise,
Yeah, you want to talk about this, or should we
yeah,
answer the
let's talk
question?
about it. But I was going to ask you to click that little green button up there and make that. You see at the very, very, yeah, click that
Ah,
green and make it take up the whole screen. Yeah, and then make
ooh,
it bigger.
there we go. I can't see you anymore, but you can see me still.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know I'm jumping. If you want, we could. I'll talk about this and then I'll answer other licensing questions. These are the plans that Muscle Mix offers, and I'm giving you $100 off with a special code Kelly C20 that ends on Monday. Our light package basically is our regular, this has been out pre-COVID. It's $129 a year or $12.95 a month. And with our app, we give you two libraries. Give you the library of popular music that you can use for in-person classes and live stream. And we give you the royalty-free music, which you can use for your on-demand Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's all right there. I'm sorry, not on demand. Whoops, forget that. Everything but on demand. Only live stream and in person. Only live stream and in person. My goodness, you get tongue-tied when you do these things.
Yes.
Woo! So for the light package, everything but on demand. Everything but saving it, pressing record. You can live stream. You can go on social media with the royalty free. You can use it in person. Okay.
And you
For the
can leave
yeah,
it in your social media feed.
yes, for the royalty free music, not our covers. Covers are re-records of popular songs. And I
Right.
saw that as one of the questions that you gave me ahead of time. I don't know what the other companies are doing, but I'm pretty sure as long as they have covers, you cannot use them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. All right. I just don't like to
Jennifer's saying,
speak.
can you use popular music for Facebook Live? No, they will take you down.
Absolutely not.
They will mute you or take you down.
Mute
They
you or
have
take you down.
robots that are crawling the videos, and they will hear the
That's
music,
right.
and they have no way of knowing whether you've bought the license for that or not. So they're just saying no popular music.
Just saying we're
or
responsible.
original
So,
artists.
yeah, correct. So we have these new programs that came out since COVID, it's Pro and Business. It just depends on how many people you have using the app. And that allows you everything. And what's wonderful about this, for only $6.29 a year, if you're an individual, you get to record unlimited number of videos for a whole year, and only pay that one price. And if you get $100 off, it's $5.29. So you get the app, which will give you the ability to create your own mixes and be able to also change the tempo of the songs. And you get the two libraries I mentioned earlier, the popular music and the royalty-free music. And there's the link. I'll send a link later, and you get $100 off. So business is if you're a business and you have unlimited, like 20, 40 employees. And, we work out special deals, but basically that's a set price for 20 employees for 1 year. And all 20 employees will get a free year membership to the app.
All right.
So you want me to stop sharing?
That will be great. Yep, there you go. Nice.
Good.
Man, Denise, in control right there.
In control.
Oh.
All right. So.
Okay, so that was really helpful.
Was that? I hope so.
Let me summarize based on what I know people in this group are doing online. So what Denise is saying is that if you are using a meeting platform, that there are ways that you can use. Tell me what music you can use if you're using a meeting platform.
Anything.
Okay, so you can use anything as long as it's not being recorded. And what license do you need to purchase?
Media public performance license. And somebody asked me, on one of your questions, can the facility carry over their existing? I believe the answer is no. You have to contact ASCAP, BMI, whoever you have that relationship with. And most likely they're going to ask for more money for a media license, for a digital media license.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. Cool. They cannot purchase that through you. A digital media license has to be purchased through ASCAP and BMI.
Correct. Okay. It's public performance, right? Mm-hmm.
But they can purchase royalty-free music from you or from Power Music or any other music provider, and they're safe to use that.
Correct. Now, I don't know. I can't speak for them, the other music companies, on what they're offering in terms of their price. But if it's royalty-free music, you're safe to use it anywhere. Okay. If it's popular music, I'm saying you're okay to use it in person and live as long as the facility or someone pays a public performance license.
Okay. And then when you are delivering through social media, then you need to stay away from popular music, whether it is recorded by the original artist or whether it is recorded by a new artist as cover music. You will get muted or taken down. So it's going to be definitely safest to use royalty-free there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I think it's important for them to understand is that you can leave a class in the feed on your social, and it's not really considered on demand.
Okay, let me make sure I understand the question.
It's not. It's only on demand if you put it as a recording into your website.
For muscle mixes, right? And I don't know how other companies work, but for muscle mixes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, but royalty free. Go nuts, put it everywhere with royalty free.
There we go. Yeah, royalty free is the safest way to go. And I know that is not great news to people who are doing things like step and really wanting that huge variety, but it is the safest way to go for now. There are lots of hands at work that are working diligently for improvements to that situation.
Absolutely. And this is the U.S. only, because I do know that there are different laws that have come out in the UK and stuff like that. So I see a lot of questions coming in. Do you want
to? Urban and hip hop music. Yes, you have that in Muscle Mix's app.
Yeah.
as royalty free? There are urban and hip hop kind of mixes.
Depends on if you are looking for, I'll be honest, we don't have a lot in the 105, 108 BPM category, but if it's 120s or above, we definitely do.
Okay.
Yeah.
120 beats per minute.
Yeah, or higher. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that some people teach to the slower, sort of 100. We don't really have anything like that. Well, we do have some, but we have limited. Yeah. I just don't want to be misleading. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah.
Okay. And so then Terry is asking, so if we get the 629 package, we can or cannot record our Facebook Live. So that's what I was just saying. You can leave it in your Facebook Live feed, but you cannot take the Zoom recording and put it on your website as an on demand.
Right. So there are platforms out there that offer the ability, like Vimeo, IntelliVideo, that offer the ability for you to set up a subscription site where you charge $20 a month, and the user can go in anytime and play whatever they like.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So we can or we cannot record our Facebook Lives or Zooms and offer. Yeah. So you're right. How do you class? So on demand through Facebook is not the same as on demand through your private website.
Okay.
That clear?
Leaving it on the social media feed is different than putting it into your website as a quote unquote on demand class.
Correct.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Social media, Zoom, etc., only the virtually approved music, right? So the safest thing to do is royalty free.
Royalty free, correct.
Lee, for 129, I can use royalty free to Zoom. I can record my Zoom classes. For 629, I can use royalty free and the popular music for Zoom and recording my Zoom classes. Is that true?
No. All right. So Lee, hi. For 129, you cannot record your Zoom classes. You can go live. You can live stream through Zoom, but you cannot record it. For 629, you can record your Zoom classes. And let's see, I can use the royalty free and the pop music. No, you can use the pop music for Zoom classes that are not recorded. As long as you don't record, you can use anything.
Here's the thing about music in Zoom.
Except for social media.
I have a robot that's out there like crawling their meetings. So they are not technically going to take you down no matter what you're using, but you can't record any of it.
That's right. That's right. She's trying to figure out how to build an on-demand class offering. Use royalty-free music. That's really the best option at this point.
That's right. Working diligently. Royalty-free equals virtually approved. Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Any royalty-free is suitable. Yeah.
We do. We do. And I know they're out there on some of those other sites as well. There's a lot of different royalty-free sites out there. If you just want to, I've heard that, and we do this too, if you want to just license individual songs, we license songs for $20 each. But, there's others out there. And what we do is for Muscle Mixes, what we do is we spend time with you. We have found quite a bit of people asking for that. What about dance fitness? And we go in and we find songs with lyrics or have more of a chorus, verse, chorus situation where it's easy to identify. So yes, we do have that for sure.
And you guys, let me say, I am hearing just, ear to the ground. I am hearing that people are really enjoying the new royalty-free music that is coming out through Muscle Mixes. And I know that's a commitment that Denise had made at the beginning of all this, that to step up the royalty-free game and really put some good stuff out there. And I believe they've done that.
That's good to hear. Thank you. I love hearing that.
Oh, yes. Bottom line, y'all, this was just occurring to me and I want to say it. I think that the music situation being the way it is, it might affect the choice of format that you do choose to teach online, because anything that's really, really dependent on the beat of the music and synchronizing to the beat of the music is just going to be harder with the music situation the way it is right this very second.
Yeah, that is true. That is true, unfortunately.
So Terry still is
a little confused. Yes, you can do anything you want with a 629 package with the royalty-free side. We can only give you what the law, we can only restrict you whatever the law allows you to do. So with the royalty-free music, you can do live streaming, social media, on-demand classes, and what am I missing? I guess that's it. And in-person classes. Royalty-free can be used on everything with a 629 package. But in addition, with a 629 package, you also get as an extra added benefit our popular music catalog, which can be used for in-person classes and live streams, other than social media. Oh boy, it gets confusing. Terry, feel free to email us separately if you'd like. Customer service at musclemixes.com, and I can answer those questions more specifically if you'd like.
And what you just said speaks to this next question from Jennifer. Record meaning leaving on the wall. So let's not call leaving it on the wall. Let's not call it record. And I think that helps us all to kind of get in that mindset of where the license is as far as social media. So social media, you're delivering it live, and yes, you are leaving it on the wall, but let's not call it recording. And
you're right.
Use that music.
No, you're right. I didn't realize that was a misconception, but this is why I love hearing from people.
Well, when we go into the boot camp and we start talking about all these concepts, the reason that I like Facebook Live for delivering workouts is because you do it live, but then it automatically stays in the feed and you end up with this library of workouts that people could use whenever they want. I will not say on demand because that is meaning a different thing. They could go back and see it whenever they wanted to.
But you don't want to do that anyway, because then you're giving it away for free, which we don't want to do. But that's a whole nother subject.
Unless you've charged enough for your monthly subscription that makes it worth your while.
That is true.
I work for a gym.
A lot more questions here.
Performance license. Can the gym live stream my classes under the fees that they have already paid?
I'm not 100% sure. I would call the company that you pay. I would say I'm not really sure, because it just really depends. I mean, what kind of an arrangement you have with them. So I would say contact whoever they pay, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and ask them and negotiate with them, because you want to keep that fee down as much as you can.
Option to pay on a monthly basis. Yes,
if it depends on what you're doing. We have $12.95 a month if you're just live streaming using social media or in-person classes. You pay $12.95 a month, and you can quit anytime. If you need it for on demand, we don't have a monthly option. We have a $6.29 for the year, and you get to use unlimited music all year long.
Okay. So I don't see who this is because we're coming through StreamYard, so this person didn't get permission for their name. But recommendation for royalty-free music for the 55 plus population.
We have a lot of it. We have a lot of really good stuff for 55 plus. For 10 plus years, we were the Silver Sneakers music provider, so we know that market really well. Plus, excellent. I'm 55 plus now. Can we call it 65 plus?
Someone had a good name for it a while back, and now I forgot what it was. It was like, yeah.
What was it? I want to know.
I mean, Active Agers is always
Active Agers is good. Yeah. Ugh, Agers. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What was it? Hopefully, I'll think of it before the end.
Yeah, you'll think about it.
This is why I'm stuck doing timed intervals, because everyone can choose their own pace. I'm hearing a lot of people choosing classes or teaching formats in a way where they can do it in timed intervals, and then they will just pick a Spotify playlist and have everybody press play at their own homes at the same time. And that does work, and that does allow you to use popular music.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Jennifer still needs some clarity. All right. So you want to tackle that one?
Live stream, social media, and on-demand classes. So Denise, I would really, when I think live stream, I think social media, and that might be
Oh.
tripping them up because social media platforms refer to the ability to go live as live streaming.
You're right. You're right.
And so let's say that instead of saying live stream, for the purposes here today, let's call that a meeting platform.
Okay. Yep.
Or a
Meeting
two-way
platform.
platform, maybe even. So,
what was that?
Or a two-way platform.
Two-way, and that's the way ACE refers to it. They have a word for it.
We'll have to go back.
Asynchronous, they call it. Asynchronous.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't like to use that
here, and we're on social media.
It's either asynchronous or synchronous. I don't like to use that word for me because it's too close to synchronization license.
Yeah.
So I stay away from that, but that is the terminology of what they use in the education industry, is the way it was explained to me from Shannon of ACE. So all right, so you're right. So instead of live stream, we're going to call it meeting platform, social media, on demand. Cool.
On demand is a recorded class that you put onto your website. On demand does not include anything that you do on a social media platform.
And it's not a two-way street. They see you, you don't see them. Right?
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
I like it.
Okay. So Jennifer, let me know if that's clearer. Can you put customer service email in the comments?
Yes, absolutely, Lee. We're happy to help you. I like to get on the phone and I'll schedule a call with you and just find out your needs, and then we figure it out. I'm old school. I just want to talk because especially with this, the language is so confusing.
Let me tell you, Denise is like the great connector in the fitness industry.
Thank you. I try.
Talking to everybody.
I'm yakking with everybody. Well, I like to talk to people. I learn a lot. Oh, there we go. Terry cleared it up. Synchronous is the same time, same place. Asynchronous is whenever you want to. Thank you, Terry. So synchronous.
He's the one that put that article up on Fit Pros Connect.
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah.
So synchronous is the two-way street? Yeah, so it makes sense. Synchronous at the same time.
So Zoom is synchronous.
Zoom. What we're doing now is synchronous, but
we're broadcasting it to a social media. So
yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
And here's the thing that I've thought about a lot too, is that are you meeting with each other or are you broadcasting? So I am broadcasting to a social media platform right now. And to me, that is the big differentiator between that and this closed space where only a certain amount of people are having this interaction with each other. So Zoom would be kind of this closed space, and Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all of those are kind of a broadcast. And yes, the broadcast ends up staying in the feed, but and the closed space, this closed meeting space, it doesn't stay in the feed.
I like record. You've come up with some really great, I got to write these down, broadcasting to an audience. I like that. No, I mean, hey, the better we can, nail this and to clear it up as much as possible. And of course, it's going to change in 6 months. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's it. I'm talking about this stuff like 25 hours a week.
I know you are.
I'm on social, like on Facebook Live, 15, 20 hours.
Yeah, you know your stuff.
So, and Terry is a great resource. She's a really good writer and a smart thinker, and she's done a lot of online education stuff for years. So,
wow. Oh, so she knows the terminology. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now, are there questions that we emailed you, Denise, that have not been covered here?
Let's see. I can answer them if you'd like. Want me to go through them? Okay.
Do we still have time? We've been on 34 minutes, and I know you have a hard stop at 10:45.
Yeah, or 10:50. I can go to 10:50 if I need to.
Let's rush through and see if there's anything that hasn't been covered.
All right, let's see. So Lee Russell asked, she wants clarification on royalty-free music and my ability to use it in recorded workouts. The two formats I can record are music-driven. I have Muscle Mix's music, royalty-free. I can use Zoom, but I want to be clear for on-demand videos. I think I may need a Muscle Mix membership. Yes. Lee, the answer is if you're going to, for muscle mixes, you're going to need to purchase a pro package, which is normally $6.29. If you use Kelly C20, it's going to be $5.29 until Monday. And I'll put I don't know how to put the link
Thank
in
you for
here.
that.
Maybe you can do that.
Savannah, are you watching? Will you stick the email, the customer service at musclemixes.com into the comments, and also that coupon code, which is C20?
Kelly C20.
Kelly C20. Thank you.
Thought I put your name in there. All right. So that answers that one. There's 4 more. Should I keep going?
Yes.
All right. Terry Tracy. Oh, well, I think we've answered all of Terry's questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've asked. Yeah, it looks like we did. Okay. Linda McVeigh. Is the standard license ASCAP BMI at our facility as purchased for in-person classes also valid? So I'm saying probably not. Your facility will have to call them and ask them and determine if they can or not. Gigi West is asking, when and how is it okay to use music from either Muscle Mix, Dynamix, Yes Music, etc.? It states it's royalty free, but how and when should it be used correctly? This is for an instructor teaching virtually from home. I can't speak for the other companies, but I think we answered that. If you're using a meeting platform, you can use any music. If you're on social media, you must use royalty free. And if you are putting together an on-demand platform, you must use royalty free. That good? All right. Patricia Vesey says, please explain the ASCAP license. Does it allow us to legally play music we buy from instructor music sources? I keep getting licensing violations on music that states it's royalty free.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she must mean violations. She's doing virtual, so she must be playing. That states it's royalty free. That she probably is referring to YouTube. There are some exceptions where YouTube still can't quite identify. For example, we have some royalty free music that sounds so good that they think it's popular. That the content ID, they're not sure. So they ask you, can you please verify it? And then you ask the music company and we provide, we go in and we'll provide proof. She also says, can I select BPM on Muscle Mix's music? And the answer is yes. You can change the tempo of any song on the app, as long as you have the app. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. And you guys, we will continue to be available to answer questions about this. Denise, if you don't mind, I'll stick you in the Sell Out Your Online Workout group, or maybe Rhonda, so that we can continue to direct questions your way if you need.
Oh, sure. You mean during the week? Yeah, for sure.
To make more work for you.
Please do. I need more work. Anything for Kelly, it's not work.
You're awesome.
From my heart.
Oh my gosh, Denise has been such a help and a mentor to me, and I appreciate you so much, Denise.
Well, you're great too. Love you.
Love you too.
Let's keep going. And I love all the terminology you came up with. I'm going to use some of those terms. Maybe we need to have a powwow, you and I, to kind of clear up what I've cleared up even further.
Maybe me and you and Shannon, and we could make a standard for how we're talking about it in the industry.
I like that. Yeah, because she's speaking to the ACE people, and yeah, for sure. Let's do that.
All right.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Go get them. Make some money. Come on.